Hey everyone, my name is Adiant and I'm a member of the Achieve ED team. And today we're going to be talking about teacher rec letters. Now to start off, we're going to be talking about why teacher rec letters are important. Now first off, teacher rec letters, believe it or not, can make or break your acceptance into a university. While good teacher rec letters can help you stand out from the rest of your peers, bad teacher rec letters with an otherwise fine or excellent college application can hurt your acceptance chances. Now, let's get into what really makes a really good teacher rec letter versus a more generic and okay teacher rec letter. Now, this is an example of a good rec letter. As you see in the first paragraph and the third paragraph, you can see the teacher listing various traits of the students. And it helps you stand out from the rest of your peers. It helps show college admissions officers specific traits about you. And in the second paragraph of the rec letter, you can see the teacher describing the extracurriculars that the student did. Now, while this is a great teacher recommendation letter, there are still improvements which can be done. Now, in the second paragraph, while the teacher is listing the extracurricular activities the student does, you have the opportunity to list these activities in the Common App application or other sort of college application. As a result, what makes a teacher recommendation not only good but excellent is for the teacher to talk much more about your traits and personality, something that really can't come off in a simple listing of your activities that you take part in. That's where teacher recommendation letters can help you stand out over your peers, and that's why they are so important. Now, who do you really ask for a teacher recommendation? Well, obviously teachers, but colleges usually require 2 teacher recommendation letters, one from a math or science teacher and one from a humanities or English teacher. These are your 2 usually required college teacher recommendation letters that you will need. However, there are exceptions where some colleges may demand maybe one teacher recommendation letter for math and a separate one for science. So you will have to look at your college's specific requirements for their teacher recommendation letters. Now, apart from that sort of general overview of who to ask, you will obviously probably need a math or science teacher to write your rec letter and a humanities or English teacher. But apart from that, you really need to take some time, likely in your junior year, to think about who knows you the most. Who can, first of all, knows you personally, who knows you so much that they can write so much about your traits, your personality, how motivated you are as a student, and your desires and your talents, who knows you extremely personally in order to write that outstanding teacher recommendation letter. Second, you need to find someone who can attest to your specific traits and characteristics. This again goes back to who knows you the most. It is likely and it is recommended that you ask a teacher to write you a rec letter if you've known that teacher for 2 or even 3 years. That way, they have more to write about you. And the more they write about you, the more great things they write about you, the better chance you have in the admissions officers accepting you. Now, the third most important criteria when thinking about who to ask is looking at someone who you can trust. You need to be able to trust that teacher. You need to find a teacher who you trust the most and who you know personally will write that outstanding rec letter. That person that you connected with the most, that you talked with after school. Maybe they were even an advisor for your club. Someone who truly knows you and you can trust can write great things about you. That's who you need to ask for a teacher recommendation. This is simply because usually most teachers will not allow you to see your teacher recommendation letter if you waive your rights in the FERPA agreement. As a result, you really need to take the time to think about who is going to write the best rec letter for you, because you will likely not be able to see that rec letter. You need to be able to trust them, that they will be able to show all your great characteristics to the college admissions officer. Now, lastly, let's talk about how do you ask the teacher. Once you've identified the teachers that you're going to ask for a rec letter, how do you ask them? Well, in a normal year, you would probably maybe create a resume or what's called a brag sheet and submit it to your teacher, maybe even talk to them after school or sometime about your various accomplishments so they know what you have done throughout high school. However, unfortunately, due to this COVID-19 pandemic, you likely won't have the opportunity to personally ask them and give them your resume. As a result, it is extremely important that you email them, asking them for rec letter, and maybe even setting up some sort of video call so that you can personally talk to them and tell them what you have done over your whole high school journey till junior year. And the last thing I would like to say is that you should really be thinking about asking your teachers at the end of your junior year before the summer into your senior year. That is the perfect time to ask teachers. That way they have plenty of time to write your rec letter before your college applications are due in the fall. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.